Hmm. Okay, I am live, and once again, 11 o'clock snuck up on me. Okay. Yeah. CPU's not doing too bad right now. Yeah. Grab that out of that view there. Excuse me. Just adjusting some last minute settings here. Okay. Just trying to set up some stuff here. Okay. Okay. There we go. Get that back. Have that over here. Just that sucks. So, okay, I think I have everything just right. Okay. 0 frames missed. Everything seems to be going a-okay. Okay, and I may actually get to some texturing today. We'll see. Okay. But right now, I'm just getting everything as proportional as possible. But what I'm actually going to do today is I'm going to try something here, because this has a built-in function where it does unwrapping, is what it's called, where it takes all the faces of this geometric shape and blasts it into the texture. Okay. Now, I'm trying to remember how to do the unwrapping. Let's see here. There it is. Smart UV unwrap. Let's try that. Okay, that doesn't quite do what I want it to do. Okay, cube projection, maybe? That doesn't do that. Definitely not cylindrical. Not as view. Hmm. Wow. That kind of just... Let's see here. I'm going to go out of that mode, and I'm actually going to rotate this. Put it to 0 here. I'm also going to do something to make it a little bit adjustment here. So I'm going to hit tab again, and all is selected. And let's see here. it around the center. Because what I want to do is top view here. I'm actually going to rotate this. And do that. It's interesting how its center is right there. Okay, let's change this to bounding. Yeah, that puts the center right where the center should be. Yeah, I think there's an option for that somewhere. Let's go to mesh. See. Transform. Mirror, snap, merge, split, separate. Okay. Let's see here. What's going to be the easiest way to... Nope. Vertices maybe. Nope. Hello, color and glow. How you doing? Let's see here. Where is that option? I remember that being an option somewhere. I'm doing pretty good right now. Right now, I am looking for a feature I remember the program having. I just can't remember where it would be. Let's see here. Oh, that's the 3D cursor's That's the 3D cursor's position. I did not know the 3D cursor had rotation. Huh. Yeah. Well, that's interesting. Good to know for future reference. Okay. Oh, good for you. It's always nice to finish a project. That's why I'm working on this one, because I never got a chance to finish it, and I would like to finish it. Okay, let's actually go back to the top here. Let's actually switch this into wireframe mode. And let's put the 3D cursor to grid. And do this, and I'm going to put Excuse me. Selected to grid. There we go. I can grab this. Oh, that sounds interesting. Put that right there. Zoom in a little bit here. Okay. Zoom out. And let's actually do it around 3D cursor, so I can just rotate this to here. Okay. There we go. Nice. And now I can see the exact position of all of these and get a nice number. Yeah, I'm mostly doing my stuff on Tuesdays and Wednesdays because those are my days off, and 11 o'clock is the time I have the most free for something like this. So this is when I try to do my content. And when I'm scheduling content, I usually try to go for 8 a.m. on a, usually, I think it was a Friday and a Saturday were the days I usually released my content. I would have to go and look at my schedule to actually tell you exactly when those videos went up. Ugh. Okay. Looks like I'm actually going to be better to put that to be in this corner here. Excuse me. Okay, so that's -3. Okay, that seems to work. Okay. I think I now have everything lined up the way I want it to be. Okay. Okay. Just shut that off into nowhere. Let's see. Okay. Ah, hello, Sasami-chan. Glad to have more than one person in my chat room at a time. Yahoo! I am going places. Yeah. Sasami-chan, meet Color and Flow. Color and Flow, meet Sasami-chan. Sasami-chan is one of my regulars on the videos I usually upload, which I haven't done in a while, but I've started doing streams to hopefully get more interest in the channel again as I'm working on preparing for the re-uploading stuff. Also, I'm doing this for my Patreon, so hey, if Patreon's a thing out there for whoever watches this in the future, come and like look at my Patreon. There's stuff on there. It's fun. Got lots of pretty art. Ah. Cool. Now I have a total of 3 viewers. One being me. Oh, and since I'm a Chen, I haven't had a chance to look at all the links you sent me. These are like my only 2 days off, so I haven't really had a chance to sit down and look at all the content you sent me. So I will give those probably a look on maybe as early as next stream, which is tomorrow, or next week. It really depends on when I get the time to sit down and actually look at the art. I also was curious what exactly you wanted me to like. Did you just want me to review it, take it apart, compare it to reference material? I'm not quite sure what your thoughts were on something I could do with all the wonderful art you sent me. Ah, let's see here. That's that. That was that. Okay, doesn't that seems to be minus 0.2. Okay, that's interesting. That must be up and down. Yep, that's definitely up and down. Okay, now that's up and down. That says the whole thing's. Sometimes it's a real problem being a perfectionist. Like, why is this point? Hey, shouldn't it just be 0? What does 0 actually get me? 0 gets me dead center. Okay, so that's how that works. So if I put all of these at 0, that gets me that, which is kind of interesting because it's not really center per se. Okay. I get what you're going at now. So, yeah, I'll try to take a look at them more before I actually start reviewing them on a stream or something. Because right now I glanced at them and I haven't like seen any comparisons to the shots you may have used as references yourselves to really like look at it. Okay, so that's what that looks like. That's interesting. Huh. Okay. Let's see, where are we right now? We're at 11:20. Just gonna actually put this back in the corner here. That back there. Okay. Okay, I think that's kind of everything. Let's see here. Okay. 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 Looking back at the chat real quick here. Okay. Thanks. Okay. And just to you guys know what I'm working on right now specifically is right now I'm trying to get all the geometric points of this shape lined up in such a way that it's really easy to make the same corresponding points, excuse me, proportionally the same on the texture. So I'm trying to get everything lined up so it's really easy to go, okay, this is 0.3 this way, so it's 0.3 this way on the texture. Sure. Okay, let's see here. Interesting. Turn on snapping. Let's see what happens when I grab it. It snaps back and forth between those two positions. Okay. Flutter, Flutterbat can Flutterbat can count as a date since Flutterbat is the video was released on a date. So yeah, you could use it as a time reference point. Oh, I actually also have a like on this video right now. That is cool. Yeah, wow. This is kind of neat. Okay, let's see here. This is so odd to me. Let's see what happens when I put 0 and hit that. Yeah, just as I thought. Okay. So how do I? Because I can. All of it does that. So that must mean this. What happens if I put this to here? That puts that all the way kind of center. Okay. Okay. I wonder, can I change how this is? Because that's global. That's to the center of the map. And this is to the center of the object, which is right there. Okay. Let's see here. Ah. Okay, I get how that works now. Thanks for the like. Okay. Wonder what would happen if can I get rid of something by doing that? How about if I hold down Shift? Yep, that does it. Okay, now let's go to the side. Highlight, hold down Shift, remove that. And go to the forward. And let's take this and go to 0 just to see what happens. And that's still off, so it doesn't get me to center. Okay, that is something interesting. Okay. Ah, the people interacting in my chat room while I'm streaming. This is wonderful. Okay. Now. Yeah. Okay, that's interesting. So I can do that. So I can lock the view to an object. Huh. Good to know. Okay. Okay. Being a perfectionist can really be a bugger sometimes. Like it's just a little off. I just want to move it. I just want to move it a little bit. Oh yeah, I still have snapping on. What happens if I snap to vertices? Does that do anything? Okay, so let's just turn that off for now. Actually, make sure this is back to incremental. Oh. Nice. Over 1,000 subs. I don't really expect. To me, like, it doesn't seem like you would get a lot of comments on music videos because it doesn't really do a lot of interactions. Now, likes I would expect, so that's kind of interesting. Okay, grab this and just get over that. Yeah. Yay for capitalism and how stupid it is when it comes to doing art and stuff. Like, oh my god, it is bad. So close. Now, which direction is that? Let's make that 0 and C, so it's that way. Okay. Okay, that's getting kind of weird. Okay, grab. Ah, so close, so close. Okay. That is really annoying. I'm looking at this thing and it's like so like can't you just get 0 all the way across? uh Also the comment is very funny. It's Zombie Chan. And I want artists to get paid for their work and stuff like that. Because, we work. It's not like we hit a button and suddenly art. uh, this is quite annoying to me. It's so close. So close. Okay. Well, even with like samples, wouldn't you have to know how to put the samples together? Okay. Yeah, that whole thing there is like, we also need to like people need to appreciate remix culture. Taking something that someone else made and using parts of it to make something unique and new. So that is something you have to appreciate. This is why all my content is released underneath Creative Commons, because I want people to be able to take my stuff and make something new with it. And if they just use it wholesale, as long as they put my name on it somewhere, I'm cool. But even if they don't, I kind of like have this philosophy of, like, I think it's called death of the author. It basically means once a creator creates something and it's out in the world, that version of it is no longer theirs. It's now the world's, and they can do whatever they want with it. And this allows remixing and making something brand new. Like vampires wasn't a thing until someone took someone else's and made it into a thing. Though I'm kind of explaining that poorly, because there's a bunch of like videos and articles I've listened to on it, so it's really neat. Okay, let's see. Also, how does my... Yeah, that's doing really well today. I have only lost 1 frame due to rendering lag. So that is pretty awesome. Okay, let's see, where are we? We're at 11:38, so that's not too bad. So what if let's see, it's 0.5, it's 0.05, right? Let's see, 4 and 5. So let's copy that number, and wrong button. Excuse me. I found this out recently. You can actually do math inside of these fields. So you could actually copy a number and do something like, I'm going to say, would it be plus? Do I want to do plus? Catching up on the chat room real quick here. I get how you're feeling about that colors and flow. Color and flow. I keep putting an S on there, I just realized. Yep, I said math. We can actually do math in these fields here, I found out recently. So I'm trying to figure out this guy. Just copied a number. I'm trying to figure out if I need to minus it or plus it. So I need to actually, let's see. This will be, yeah, that's minus. So that tells me that I need to minus this. So I can hit space, minus, and paste, and hit enter. And I'm hoping that did exactly what I wanted it to do. Woohoo! It aligned things. I like things in alignment. I like balance. Okay. So let's go up here. I might want to zoom out some. I was too zoomed in. I am still too zoomed in. Okay. Okay, so I'm gonna go this way. So that is 33.33333 away from the thing. So I'm gonna actually do that. So, and if I do that, that number changes. Yep. Okay. Okay. Let's go to the front. Let's see, that's 0.1 away. So that's consistent. Okay, so. That's why that's 0. Okay. Kind of, Sasami-chan. I've been doing a lot of math lately, especially since I found out I really like making and playing around with math. Because recently I built an ETA program on my phone using a program called Automate, and it required figuring out a lot of really neat math to get things done. Like remembering how to do ETA, for instance. Like, let's see, what is it? Like, I think it's distance divided by speed and something like that. It's like money is math, especially when you get to digital money and cryptocurrencies. Cryptocurrency is like pure math. It's all about the math. Okay. And yes, you can actually use different math problems to get to the same conclusion. But you can also take the same conclusion and come up with different ways, going in the other direction, figuring out what math problems would work best. And I try to come up with like the simplest math problem, the simplest set of steps to come up with the answer I need. Like as I was playing around with this automation program, I saw a bunch of people solving the same problem that I was trying to do, but they had like so many steps to get to the same conclusion that I was like, I can do that in less. I know I can do that in less and still be just as accurate as them, and maybe even more accurate. Um, okay, let's see. Okay. There we go. And since I have ADHD, I also need to I need like what I would call advanced timers. Timers that give me information along the way. Like when I have a timer on here that I can set how long I want the timer to be, and it will also tell me the time it will finish. Like your timer will finish at 5:06 p.m. and you have 10 minutes left, kind of a thing. I also have one where I can pick the time I want it to finish. Like I had the timer going this morning for when the stream would start, and I was only a little off because of I had to work on some stuff in my kitchen to get that so it wouldn't be a problem while I was streaming. Okay, so that got all that figured out, so that's handy. Okay. That is cool. Okay. Jelly. Gallon of jelly. I suddenly feel like there should be like a Pinkie Pie somewhere in this. Like Pinkie Pie should be jumping out of the wall somewhere going, did someone say jelly? Like Pinkie Pie could definitely use a gallon of jelly. Let's see here. So this is 0.1. Well, what does just 2 get me out of curiosity? Okay, that gets me 2. Okay. Okay, I think I have everything figured out now. Okay. Now let's actually go over to the texture and finish doing some alignments here. But first, I gotta figure out the proportions. What mode are we in? Okay, we are on whatever happens here, happens over here. Okay. Yeah, well, if you're, it really depends on how much, like, that's actually a complicated question to some extent, surprisingly. Sometimes it's really easy if you're like, if you know you're going to use a gallon of jelly, the gallon of jelly is the better buy. But if you're only going to use a couple ounces of jelly, then buying multiples of the single ounce would be a better answer. And it also depends on family size, like color mentioned. It's just, it gets really complicated sometimes. Okay, let's see here. Let's go over to, let's see, material preview solid. Actually, let's try something here. I'm going to switch this over to workbench and switch this to render. Well, that's... Okay, that's kind of an interesting thing. Okay, well, let's switch this back to wireframe, switch this back. Oh, let's switch this over to Eevee and go to render. Oh yeah, there's no light source. that helps so much. That's probably why everything's so dark. Okay. So I'm gonna switch this back to cycles here. Okay. Now. Well, you could just count the windows, but if you know that, like, let's say it's the side of a building, and you know that it's 10 windows across and 5 windows up, and it's in a grid pattern. So you could either count all of them, or you could times the 5 by the 10 to get the total amount almost way more quickly, I should say, than if you just counted them individually. Or let's say you know there's going to be a window every 5 feet in the side of this building. And you know the building's 200 feet long. So you could divide 200 by 5, and you now know how many windows you have. So that could be a thing. Okay. So we know that this is 2.1. And over here, we know that that's... Okay, so copy this. Gonna open up a text document. Whoops. Let's pull this back down here. Paste that in here. Time to do some math. And we know that one's this number here. Okay, let's open up calculator. Excuse me. Yeah, spelling and math can be really hard. Spelling is like a really hard thing for me, especially when you find out the ins and outs of the English, I should say the American language, because it's not really English anymore. American language is like so much of a mixed pot. Uh, it has bits and pieces from every language of every culture that's ever been a part of the United States. That's pretty much what American English is. It's let's grab the pieces we liked from other languages and mash them together. Also, let's base our language on the common speak of England. Because that's what it was. It's like, if you look at like the history of the American language, it actually comes from common speak in Europe. And what the European / English people speak is actually high speak, meaning it's what the royalty spoke. It's how the royalty phrased things. That's why the language is sounds so different from each other, because the royal language is what Europe sounds like right now, and America was the more common language, how people sounded among the poor and stuff like that. So interesting stuff when you look at language. Yeah, basically what showing your work means is, how did you come to this conclusion? How did you come to this conclusion? Okay, I times this number by this number, then I compared it to this number, then I minused it from this number, and then... So it's basically like, how did you get to 2 from the start of this problem? And it can be really, really taxing, because you have to like do a step-by-step analysis. It's also something you can do when you're thinking. It's called mindfulness. Being aware of how you came to a conclusion. It's really good at it's really good at understanding your emotions. Like you get angry and you're like, why am I angry? You just stop and you think, why did I get angry? Okay, this thing happened, which made me frustrated, and that frustration became anger. Okay, is anger a good emotion right now, or should I just understand that I had it and move on? So this is all stuff I've really started to learn because of my ADHD and really diving into how that works. And you just gain so much knowledge by studying how people think, how the brain works, the different type of brain setups. Like, for instance, ADHD is not a deficiency of the human brain. It's not a malfunction of the human brain. It's not abnormal. It's just a different type of brain. It's just a type of brain that happens to focus more on the here and now, as opposed to what we call a neurotypical brain, which is what most people commonly see as the standard brain, the brain that people most commonly have. And it's like my brain isn't broken. It's just different. Cool. Because like the more you look at psychology, the more you look at how the brain works, the more you realize, oh, yeah, that's how that works. That's why it's like this. It's because if we didn't have different types of brains, evolution wouldn't work. Okay, so now to do some math, because I need to know the distance between two numbers. So I take that number, and I paste it into my calculator. Then I take this number, and then I hit the minus key and paste that one in there and hit return. And the distance between the two is 1,163.13. Okay. And that's two. So does that tell me my proportions are off? That probably tells me my proportions are off. What if she's allergic? Yeah, that's kind of interesting. It's basically what they call a word problem. It's trying to get you to think through a problem, and it's not the best way to do things. In that case, you just want to break out the math bits. So in this case, we start out with 10, then we minus 2 from 10, which gets us to 8. And you give half of 8 to Ember, which is 4, so Ember has 4. So that's how I used to do math, spoken word problems. That's what I'm trying to get. That's how I used to do word problems. I would just find the numbers and break them out into the actual math equation. So that tells me that that's that. So, okay. Okay. So that's how I could do this. Okay. Zoom out. And let's turn off this mode and go to the side view here. Go back to wireframe. Highlight that section there. And I'm going to select all, grab this. Figure out where 0 is in this. Okay, so that edge is 0. Okay, so that corner there is 0. Okay, now there's a button here. Okay, that's getting into minus numbers. So you can never take away 5 away from 3. It depends on what you're using the math on, because you can't actually take 5 away from 3. You would get minus 2. So yeah, like in the real world, you can't minus. Let's say you have 3 apples. You can't minus 5 apples from that unless you're doing it in a kind of a virtual way, as in, okay, you owe me 5 apples, but you're paying me 3 apples. That means you still have 2 apples you need to pay me. So there's that. So it's all about, let's see, debits and credits, especially when you're talking about bank accounts. And I can't remember which is which. A debit is what, and a credit is what. Especially since banks flip it when they're dealing with the public. Oh, so much fun. Okay, let's see here. So now I need to grab this and move this into the corner here. Also, what? Let's see, is it image? Is that what I'm looking for? Nope. Extract palette, pack, resize, invert, copy, save, reload, replace. Nope. View. Okay. Area, maybe? Nope. Center, frame fits. Nope. Now, where is that option that locks things in so I can't go outside of the texture area? Yeah, and it looks like I should be wrapping things up pretty soon, because I usually try to do about an hour stream, and it's just past noon right now. So I'm working on here. Let's see. Is it view? Is this where I can? So repeat image does that. Okay. No, tools. Nope. So where is that button that allows me to lock things in? Ah, there it is. And there we go. And that should put that. One of those, so close. So close. I don't know how you work on this for this long and only on streams and not want to work on it. I do kind of work on it in between streams, but it's mostly like getting certain things that would kind of be like maybe overly complicated is not the right word, but that's what I'm going to go for right now. That wouldn't really be that interesting to talk over, and it would be a lot of me being even more quiet than I am now. So I think that's the thing. Okay. Copy that. And can I minus? Nope. So that gets me right there. Okay. I think that's talking about the center here. just to check something here. Okay. Okay, we know that's once. What if I made that? Okay. So I'm going to work on this just a tad bit more, and I think color and flow is not on the stream right now, which is okay. So oh, I could do that. Okay, so let's make this 2. Let's see, that's 4, so it's 2, 1, 2, 3. Actually, let me do one more here. Okay, that gets us there. Now, go back to this view, and this one is 1.6. What if I just made this exactly 1.6? That was what would happen. Okay. Okay, and that's really close to being. Huh. Well, that's interesting. Huh. Well, that's interesting, just seeing where that is geometrically. Where does that put it if I just put it to a solid 2? That puts it all the way up there. Okay, 1.6 puts it right there. Let's go back to 2. 9. Wrong direction. I meant to go 1.9. 8. Okay, that's interesting. Okay. And usually when there's a thing like this, that means it's actually just 6s all the way across the board. So, interesting. Okay. Back to the side here, highlight all of the front. Do that, and see, that's that way. So it's going to be this one. So this one we're going to want to do 1. How many? I think that's it. Okay, did one too many there. Okay. Ah, I now see where he said he had to go. Okay, cool. Yeah, it's mostly because I'm a perfectionist that it's taking so much work here. I'm trying to like make sure everything will work better once I actually get to the surface here, because right now I'm just like um slowly working through this, because if I can get the proportions right, everything will be better and easier to do in the future. And I think I just hit the mic. So I'm going to like finish up this square and then call it for the stream today, because I got other things I need to do today. Yipe. Okay, let's see. Back to the front. And that is... Okay, so that's 1.416. Because if I wasn't a perfectionist, this probably wouldn't take anywhere near as this long. Hmm. Okay. So I need to go here. So that's 1 point. You know, instead of trying to memorize these numbers, I'm just going to copy it. Go back down to Notepad here. And copy. Okay. Okay. I am bogging myself down with a bunch of numbers. So let's just go with this one number here. Okay, and that would be this one, right? So that's 24 over and that far high. Okay. Okay. Yeah, yeah. Being efficient with the way you solve a problem. That's what I try to do. And that was definitely efficient. Okay, so now we're going to want to actually do okay. So let's see here. My brain always does this to me. Okay, so yeah, that's away from the edge. Okay, and that's the height. Okay. Yeesh. Width. Height. There we go. Make notes, Richard. Notes help. Okay, so this is how far it is away from the edge. Okay. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so that's 400, so that's 24. No, it's 240. 240. Okay. Converting numbers in my head. Okay. And there we go. And now this one here will be 240. Okay. Ah, I see. Okay. Now, I believe this was... Oop. And this is 25. Okay. Get to the side here. Okay. Just that. And that should actually be the same height. So copy that. There we go. And now I just need to go back to this view. Put it over here. And it looks like it's 1. Yeah. Copy. Paste. Got a 0. Copy. Go back here. Do the side. Do this. Highlight this. Do that. Do that. And do that. Okay, that was the wrong one. There we go. Okay. Something seems off somewhere. Hmm. Yeah. Ah. Two shows I've never really watched: Simpsons and Seinfeld. I've always only ever really seen clips from it. Okay, well, I really should wrap up the stream for today. So thank you for sticking around, Sasami-chan, and thank you to Color and Flo for stopping by for as long as you could. So, with everything done for now, and thank you for the wonderful discussions in the chat today. So, gonna do the usual outro thing. Thank you for watching. Thank you for all the chatting. And thank you for any comments and likes. Also, if you want to see more of anything I do, there's a whole channel of playlists. So you can sit around and watch those, because watch time is good for a channel. Just saying. So, watch those, share them. There's links down below for my art and stuff that has to do with Ember, the other host of this channel. She's usually with me for our thoughts on videos. She has her own video set called Ember's Reading Room. Those are fun. Go and enjoy them. I am working on some right now to put up. I don't know when, because everything's kind of iffy right now. Excuse me. And thank you all for stopping by, whether you're watching live or watching on demand. Have a good day. Bye-bye.